We're going to begin our first question. Caitlin will be to your right, standing in the back row.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? Megan McEwen, Big Ten Network. Congratulations, first off. Now that you're officially the #1 pick, what about your game do you feel like is going to translate best over to the W and specifically in Indiana?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is definitely my passing. I think that's at times kind of what gets overlooked in my game. I think I think the scoring and the long shots is what everybody falls in love with. And then obviously going to an organization that has, in my eyes, one of the best post players in the entire world. That's my point guard eyes just light up at that. And obviously Aaliyah's been one of my teammates before. So I'm excited. I can't wait. But yeah.
Sierra, right there.
Me? Hi.
Caitlin, third row to your left. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Hi. Who's your biggest rival going into the season?
Honestly, like, I don't really feel like I have a rival. I think the biggest thing is like the WNBA is so competitive right now. Every single time you step on the floor, it's going to be a rivalry. I think so many teams are loaded with so much talent, and this is the most competitive league in the entire world, less than 144 spots. So you better bring it every single night. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I think that's exactly how I lived my college career too, is like every single game, no matter what the opponent was, I prepped the exact same way. I prepared the same way. I brought the same fire. I brought the same energy. And I think that's the biggest thing going into my WNBA career.
Andre.
Hey, Caitlin, Howard Magdal, the Nets. Congratulations. I saw you share a moment with Lisa after getting the pick. Can you just take us through, what that conversation was, what you guys were talking about, and what it meant to share that with her after you guys are, essentially the two who believe you can make it to back-to-back Final Fours?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like I vividly remember Coach Bluter like coming and doing my home visit in my house during my recruiting. It was at the end of my junior year, I believe, or maybe the beginning of my junior year, around sometime in my end of my junior year. And I think the biggest thing is like we talked about this moment, we dreamed of this moment, but she also believed I would be here, and she coached me really hard to get to this moment. There was a lot of ups and downs, and something I really appreciate about Coach Bluter is like, no matter what awards or success or wins we ever had or I had, is like she never stopped coaching me. She never stopped holding me accountable. She always thought there was ways for me to get better. I know she still thinks that, and I still think that. And that's one of the things I just love about her is like, first of all, she believed I would be here from the day I committed to her, even before that when I was in 8th grade, but also she pushed me really hard to make me as good as I am. Thanks.
Caitlin, the center to your left in the second row.
Hi, Jennifer Porty from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. Which player are you looking forward to playing with or against this season?
Definitely Aaliyah Boston. Come on now. And I think also Erica Wheeler, like a vet, somebody that's been in the league a long time, somebody that is in the organization, has been in the league, understands what it's about, somebody that I can lean on. I'm 22 years old, and I don't have all the answers in the world. This is something new to me. This is a new challenge. And that's something I'm excited for. But having those type of people around me to lean on and ask questions, or when things get hard, to be there for me. So I think, those two for sure. Yeah.
Caitlin, third row center.
Caitlin, Nancy Harmer, USA Today Sports. 2 questions. First, you've had a whirlwind and a long season. Are you glad that this part of it is over and that you can kind of focus on being a WNBA rookie? And also, too, you mentioned that Aaliyah. What has your relationship been like, and what are you most looking forward about playing with her?
Yeah, I think obviously the course of the last few weeks has been pretty insane in my life. The last 2 months, playing basketball as long as I possibly could in my college career, and then went home for a couple of days. I got off the plane when we landed in Iowa City. I drove directly back home, had my mom cook me a meal, and then I drove back to Iowa City the next day. We had our celebration, and then I flew to LA, flew to New York, and now I'm here sitting at the stage. But I think the biggest thing is like I'm just very lucky to be in this moment, and all these opportunities and these things, they're once in a lifetime. And when things might get tiring, or you have to do stuff, I think the biggest thing is to look at it as just like an opportunity. This isn't something everybody gets to do. It's once in a lifetime, and just trying to soak in every single experience, because I know how quick of a turnaround it is, and I have a lot of people helping me. And then obviously Aaliyah Boston, I mean, there's so much you can say about her. Rookie of the year, in my eyes, one of the best players in the league. And like I said, like as a point guard, like my biggest job is like, I'm just feeding Aaliyah the ball every single game. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there and be like, hey, go make a layup. She's going to make my life easy. But she's incredible. But the thing I love about her is like, she's just a great person. Like she loves the game. She knows the game. She supports the game. And she has a smile that affects a lot of people and brings a lot of joy to people when they watch her. So I can't wait to be her teammate again.
Caitlin, in the center section, last row to your right.
Hey, Caitlin, Dylan Manfred from Sportico. Just curious about, all the sponsorships you've had and all the NIL deals. How do you plan to maximize this business opportunity now that you are a professional basketball player in the WNBA? How do you plan to carry that on? And also, what has been the biggest piece of business advice that somebody has given you going into this next phase in your basketball career?
Honestly, like if I'm being completely honest, I feel like it doesn't change a ton from how I lived my life over the course of the last year. Sponsorships stay the same. The people around me, agents and whatnot have been able to help me and guide me through the course of the last year. And I don't know if I would be in this moment if it wasn't for a lot of them. And my mom has done a lot. My dad has done a lot. So I think that's just the biggest thing of, the advice I would say is just like lean on the people around you. Like I don't have to do every single thing. And I think at the same time, like in college, I always said like my main focus is on basketball. That's why I've had every other opportunity in my life is because of the way I carry myself, the way I play the game. And going into my professional career, I plan to do the same exact thing. Is like my focus is solely on basketball. Being the best I can. I don't have to do school anymore. That's pretty exciting. I do have to get my degree. I graduate on May 14th, but other than that, my 110% focus is on basketball. And, when I do that really well and carry myself really well, everything kind of just takes care of itself.
Caitlin, staying in the center section, the last row, right in front of the screen.
Hey, Kayla, you made it work with the New York Times. How's the filming been for the ESPN documentary with Omaha? And do you think that'll help get people to watch the WNBA more, to get a behind the scenes look?
Absolutely. And,
Your left hand.
I'm actually an executive producer on the show, which has been kind of fun for myself. And when Peyton Manning reached out, obviously it's his production company. I was a little skeptical at first, but I was like, I don't know if I really want to let people into my life like that. I've never really done it. But the way this year has unfolded, the way, obviously Kamilla and Kiki, the seasons that they had, I mean, you can't script it any better. It's been absolutely incredible for women's basketball. And if you're a women's basketball fan or you're not a women's basketball fan, I encourage you to watch the show when it comes out. I've seen bits and pieces. It's absolutely amazing. It really allows you to understand the student athlete for way more than just a basketball player. And I think that's really important. I think that's going to allow, fans of the W, fans of college to really, understand what they go through, but love them even more for who they are and what they do and what they're about. So I'm excited for everybody to see it. And it's been a special project.
Caitlin, to your right, second row, all the way to the right.
Hi, Caitlin, Alexa Philp, ESPN. Congratulations. The Fever haven't been to the postseason since Tamika Catchings was on the team. You've had some time to think about what your role could be like in Indiana. How important or how excited are you about the prospect of hopefully getting the Fever back into the playoffs with this young core that you're building around?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's definitely our goal is to get back to championship habits. And I think it's so cool for me. Like I vividly remember my freshman year during the bubble, we played Kentucky in the round of 32 and Tamika was on the game and I was like tweaking out. Like I couldn't believe she was calling one of my games. Like
Sierra.
somebody I idolized, somebody that I loved and somebody that is not only a great basketball player and everything that she did, but she's a tremendous person. And I just think that speaks to the organization as a whole and everything they do is so first class. And I'm very lucky to be going there to an organization that really loves women's basketball. I mean, you see it today. I think they had 17,000 tickets claimed to just watch the draft. I think that shows the excitement in Indianapolis. It's a great basketball city. Obviously, what the Pacers have been able to do this year is special in the playoffs. And I think I'm just excited. And like you said, there's a lot of young talent on the team. And, just getting back to the playoffs and doing everything we can to win a lot of basketball games is certainly the goal.
Caitlin, to your left in the first row.
Hi, Shara Taylor, New York Beacon. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Can you take us through the emotions of being the #1 all-time scorer in the NCAA to the emotions you felt when you heard your name called today?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this was definitely a little bit more emotional for me. And I think that's because when you're in the heat of competition, you don't have time to really feel your emotions. You're so competitive and you're so fiery, you're not really worried about all that. And I think that was the biggest thing through my career is first of all, I was able to have a lot of closure in the way my career ended and everything that I was able to do. Obviously, I played the maximum number of games I could play my senior year, and obviously we didn't win, but you know, I feel like you did everything you can to be in that moment and compete as hard as you can. But when you're kind of just sitting at a table waiting for your name to be called, I think that really allows the emotions to feed you and you're with your family. Like obviously playing a basketball game, I'm not out there with my family. So sharing that moment with them and enjoying it and people that have really had my back and believed in me more than anyone is super special.
All right, for our last question, we're going to turn to Zoom. Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, Caitlin, congratulations. You're going to a basketball crazy state in Indiana. Indiana is basketball. Basketball is Indiana. Just your thoughts of being part of that.
Well, I know the Indiana Hoosiers didn't love me too much during my career, but hopefully we can turn a lot of them into Fever fans, and if they're not already. I think, you know, going to a state that supports not only basketball, but women's basketball. I mean, going and playing in front of at Indiana, like the place is sold out. You know, doing the same for the Fever is, you know, certainly our goal, and having a lot of fans there every single night. And for myself, I can't imagine a more perfect fit, a better place for me to start my professional career, an organization that really just believes in women's basketball and wants to do everything the right way. So I couldn't be, you know, more excited to get there.
Caitlin, thank you.
Thanks.
To our media, stay with us. We're going to be joined immediately by Cameron Brink. Paige, thank you. Okay, once again, we're going to be joined.
I'm right.
Whoa. It's crazy.
Thank you, Cameron. We're going to start right away with a question to your right, Cameron, to your right in the
Hi,
first row.
Cameron. Over here.
To your right.
Oh, wait, right.
Howard Mandel, the next. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When you saw the draft order kind of work its way out and saw LA at number 2, how much did that feel like a fit for you, not just basketball wise, but also with just all the things you bring, off the court as well?
I love that I get to stay on the West Coast, and I love that they took a chance on me, and I feel like I'm just going to show that I can work really hard and help them a lot. But I'll still be close to family, which is really important for me.
Hey, Cameron. This is Megan Hall with USA Today's For the Win. So my question to you is, obviously it's very, very early in your WNBA career, but when it's all said and done, what sort of legacy do you hope to leave on the court?
That's a good question. I would say I just want to continue the legacy of growing the sport. And I feel like I've said this a lot today, but we really have to look back at the women before us. And I know people keep saying that this is a historic draft class, but there were many, many talented draft class before us. So I just want to give my props to the Dawn Staley's, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie's, because, they're why I'm here, because I watched them growing up. And so I just hope that I can continue that legacy for younger girls.
Cameron, to your right in the second row.
Hey, Cameron, right here. Jackie Powell with the next. Building off of that, you obviously mentioned the people you watched. What do you remember about the WNBA growing up, and how do you think its perception in the popular culture has changed?
So growing up, I said this earlier before as well, but growing up, I was kind of first introduced to the league because my mom was a product line manager at Nike and worked on Dawn Staley's signature shoe and worked with Tamika Catchings and Jen Rosati, who I've played 3-on-3 basketball for. So I think I grew up just having so much admiration for these women. And it was just really upsetting to not see that reciprocated by the public, what you see on social media. And I always do think the negative stands out more than the positive, unfortunately. But it was really upsetting for me. And there were a lot of times where I was just kind of dumbfounded by the negativity. But I think, now there's a positive switch, and hopefully we just can keep that momentum going.
Hey, Cameron, Lloyd Carroll from the Queens Chronicle. First of all, what did you study at Stanford? And also, you went to high school in Beaverton, Oregon, which is the home of a certain well-known sports apparel company, but yet you signed with New Balance. I was curious how that happened.
Yeah, so I studied communications at Stanford. And yeah, my parents both worked for Nike for 20 plus years, grew up in Beaverton. That's where the world headquarters are. Yep. So I'm definitely a Nike kid, born and raised. I know, but New Balance came to me with, I see you're wearing New Balances, by the way. I love it. But I'm just so thankful for them because they have signed me as their first female basketball player. And they are just a phenomenal brand through and through, what they stand for, how they support their athletes. So I truly could not be more excited. And I converted for sure.
Cameron, in the center section, last row to your right.
Hi, Cam. Ann Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. I have two questions. One, you were pretty emotional up there, and I'm wondering, are your emotions, were you worried about where you might go, or is it a big part of this huge moment for women's basketball? And also, who's hit you up on your phone yet since you've been drafted? Has a certain god brother?
Oh, yes. To answer your first question, I just think in these situations, it's a business now and you never know. And I had great conversations with the Sparks and Reagan Peebley and Kurt, and they're amazing, but you just never know. And I didn't want to assume anything. So it's just it's a high stress environment as well. So when they called my name, just a huge wave of emotions hit me. And when I saw my mom tearing up and my dad, that definitely really hit home. So just was super thankful. And can you remind me of the second question? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, so I actually FaceTimed Steph like 5 minutes before the show started. So he just said to just have fun with it. I think he can just share so much great advice because obviously he's been through this. And, he just said to make stuff like this fun because it can be stressful, to make it fun. So he answered my mom's FaceTime call. I called Seth Curry as well. He hung up immediately because that's Seth. But then he called back right after. But yeah, they're just both great sounding boards for me.
Guys, we have time for just one or two more because Kamilla is ready to join us. Cameron, third row, center section to your left.
Hi, Cameron. Lachlan Ross from NBA Australia. You've played a ton of international basketball over the years. Do you have any memorable matchups against Australians?
I do, and I played with some great Australians as well. Agnes Eminopu is a great friend of mine. Now she's at TCU, but I specifically remember playing against Australia, I think U16 or U17 it was. And honestly, they're some of the strongest people I've ever played against. When they hit you with the screen, it takes you a while to recover. And Lauren Jackson is one of my favorite players ever. So I just really admire her.
Cameron, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
While media stay with us, we're going to be joined immediately by Kamilla Cardoso. Yep. Andre, green shirt right in front of you. Green shirt right in front of you, number 2. He'll be number 2. Kamilla, we're going to start right away. Last center section, last row to your left.
How you doing, Kamilla? Daniel Artest of the 9450. You will be coached by one of the legends of the game in Teresa Witherspoon after being coached by another legend in Dawn Staley. What does that mean to you to be coached by 2 legends of the game?
It means the most to me. It just tells me that I'm gonna be in good hands, and I'm just excited to get there and get to work with her.
Kamilla, staying in the center section to your right, last row.
Hey, Kamilla, Dylan Manfred from Sportico. Just talk about the experience that you enjoyed today. I know you said it was your first time at the Empire State Building earlier. So just talk about what a day it's been for you, and congratulations.
Thank you. It's been an amazing day. It was my first time over there. There's a nice view, and getting my hair done, my makeup done was also amazing. Being here, getting drafted was amazing. So it's just been a really special moment for me, and everything is going just like I dreamed of.
Kamilla, to your right, all the way to the right, first row.
Hi, Kamilla. Over here, Howard Magdal at the next. Hi. Congratulations. Sorry, I'm so far over.
Thank you.
I just wanted to know, as a big, as somebody who is following in the tradition that we've seen in this league, who are some of the players who you are most hoping to emulate, whether it's a Sylvia Fowles, where do you see your pattern emerging in this league?
I'll say just getting in the league and bringing my winning leadership, my winning mentality. We won 2 national championships. So.
We're going to go to Zoom. Chris, if you would, please. We're going to go to Zoom for one. Chris, go ahead.
Thank you so much for taking this brief time out and congratulations to you. What is it that you're looking forward to the most competing at this level compared to when you were competing for national championships?
Just getting better, being more physical, more competition, and I'm just excited to get out there and play with some of the big names of women's basketball.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kamilla, to your right, second row, all the way to the right.
Hi, Kamilla. Alexa Philpott, ESPN. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Could you have ever imagined that you'd be sitting here today as a number 3 pick when you were growing up in Brazil before even making the jump to come play overseas here in the US?
Yeah, I feel like that was the dream, but honestly, no, I didn't really expected this. I'm just so proud that I am here right now. And I know little Kamilla, when I was 13 years old, is also proud, and I'm just excited to be here and happy.
Second row center.
Wilton Jackson from the next Kamilla. Congratulations. I want to ask you this question. You were kind of emotional with Holly Rowe. I just want to ask, like, how have you summarized everything from winning the national championship and getting drafted? What was going through your mind in that moment?
It's been some crazy couple of days. I'm just so proud of my teammates for winning the national championship. I'm just so happy to be here. And I got really emotional because the main goal was to get here and being able to give my family a better life. And just by looking at them and seeing them on my table was amazing. And I always get emotional when I talk about my family because I'm so proud of everything I was able to accomplish and do for them.
Kamilla in the second row center, right in front, second row center.
Hi, Megan McGovern with NBC Sports. Angel Reese was just drafted 7th to the sky. So how do you guys think your games will complement each other?
I think it's gonna be great. She's a great player. I'm a great player. So 2 great players together. Nobody's gonna get no rebounds on us.
I'm going to turn to Zoom for a second. Andrew Seligman. Andrew, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Kamilla. Congratulations. Just how much time have you ever been to Chicago, and just what are your thoughts about the city and being, coming here?
Hi, so it's actually gonna be my first time in Chicago. I'm really excited. I heard really good things about it. I hear you have like some of the best pizzas, and I'm excited to get there. No?
Thanks.
I'm going to stay with Zoom. Shy, go ahead. Shy, go ahead.
Hi, Kamilla. Congratulations. I was wondering if you were aware of the global attention around women basketball and around you and your team. And are you planning on playing someday in the future in Europe or somewhere else?
Yeah, I would like to go play overseas somewhere. I think that gets you better. I feel like every time I play for my national team, it got me better somehow. So I'm excited to go to the WNBA and then go be able to play overseas somewhere.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go one more with Zoom. Gabriella, go ahead. Gabriella.
Gabrielle Lewis, the next. Hi, Kamilla. You are one of 13 Gamecocks in training camp this year. What about Dawn Staley and that program really brings people ready for this next level?
Yeah, I feel like that tells you a lot about Coach Staley. She gets you ready for this level. She works with you so you can be prepared whenever you step to the next level. And like I said, that just tells you everything about her. She gets you prepared for the league.
I want to stay with Zoom, and we're going to go to Chris. Chris, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
Got you. So, Kamilla, with everything that you were able to accomplish at the collegiate level, what do you think is going to be a great first year accomplishment for you in the WNBA?
I don't know. I'm just excited to get there, get to work, learn from the best, and just step my game up.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Christos. Christos, go ahead.
Hey, Kamilla, congratulations, first of all. And I would like to ask you how, after such a great experience in NCAA, winning championships, coaching, playing under Dawn Staley, how do you vision yourself into the WNBA? What is your main goal as a WNBA player?
My main goal as a WNBA player is just to step my game, being a sponge, soak it in everything from everybody, learn each and every day, and be a better version of myself each and every day, be open to learn new stuff, and stay ready.
All right, last question will be all the way to the left in the front row.
Hi,
Hi, Kamilla. Annie Costable from the Chicago Sun-Times. What has been your conversation so far with Teresa and Jeff? And which player, I guess, any specific that you're most looking forward to joining forces with within the Sky?
My conversations with them being amazing. I'm all about energy. She has a great energy. He has a great energy. I'm just excited to get there and get to work with them. And about a specific teammate, I'm just excited to meet the whole team.
Sorry, one more. Angel was just selected with the number 7 overall pick. What are your thoughts on you two being a front court of the future for the Chicago Sky?
I'm happy. I'm really excited. She's a great player. I'm a great player. I think we're gonna do great things together.
Everybody, Kamilla, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody stay with us because we're going to have JC Sheldon right away. JC Sheldon's up. If you, Kamilla, this way. You're going to go back that way. JC, we're going to start all the way to the right in the first row, over this way.
Hi, JC. Howard Mandel, the Nets. Good to see you and congratulations.
Thank you.
You really bet on yourself coming back to school. And I'm just wondering if those thoughts went through your mind in the moments following the draft and just related what it meant to share that with Emmy in that moment.
Yeah, it's special. I think, taking that 5th year was something I thought hard and long about, and I'm glad I did. A lot of good things came from it. And obviously having Emmy next to me, it makes everything easier and that much more special. So she's made a huge impact on me and everyone at Ohio State, and it's been really cool to see.
JC, in the center section, last row.
Jayla Van Horn, the Lantern. JC, you mentioned Emmy and she's here today. Obviously, she's played a big role in your collegiate career. Could you just talk about her impact and should we expect to see her at any of your WNBA games?
Oh, she's everything to me. She's my why. She's why I do it. Why me and my brother work so hard at it. But she's special, man. And I really hope so. I know it'll be a little harder for them to travel, but I feel like absolutely they'll make it to some games.
JC, second row to your right.
Hi, JC. Jackie Powell with the Next. I'm curious what you remember about, well, first of all, congratulations, but I'm curious what you remember about the WNBA growing up and how you think its perception in the popular culture has changed.
Yeah, it's a surreal moment because I grew up, as a little kid watching all these women play and how talented they are and being able to have a chance to play with them and compete against them. It's a dream. It's what we all are here for, and it's what we're all looking forward to. So I'm excited. I've seen the growth. Everyone's seen the growth, and to be a part of that is something that is really rare. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. JC, center section, last row to your right.
Hey, JC, Dylan Mayford from Sportico. First things first, congratulations. Just curious how you plan to maximize the business opportunity of the WNBA. The league is growing in terms of their sponsorships and, this high profile draft class obviously has a lot of NIL deals. So how do you plan to maximize the business opportunity you have in front of you off the court as you prepare for your WNBA career?
Absolutely. I think that's something that's really big in today's world, especially with our class. And it's exciting just to have those opportunities as women athletes. I think it's something that is kind of new to us and it's exciting and it's absolutely something people should take advantage of. But to be honest with you, I'm just ready to go play ball down there right now.
We're going to turn to Zoom for a moment. Courtney, you're up. Courtney, go ahead.
All right, Courtney Harden from The Real Deal. What adjustments do you think you have to make now that you're drafted to the WNBA? What type of part of your game you think you have to adjust the most?
Yeah, I think there's going to be an adjustment period for all of us, whether people want to admit it or not. And I think I'm looking forward to it. I'm welcoming it. I think as a rookie, that's something you have to accept and be ready for. The pace, I'm sure, the length, I'm sure there's a lot of things that are going to be a little different and going to take some time to get used to. But like I said, I'm welcoming that challenge and I'm looking forward to it.
And congratulations.
JC, center section, last row to your left.
Hi, JC. Lauren from the 9450. Congrats, first off. And what's the best piece of advice you've gotten in regards to transitioning to the league?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot. I've got to spend some time with some vets the past couple of days, and they've been really helpful. Just staying confident with who you are and what you do well is something that I took from them just a couple of days ago. But I think that's important because when you're good at something, you can excel in that area, and really keying in on that and taking that with you to the next level is definitely something I'll take from them.
JC, staying in the center section to your left in the third row.
Hi, Jenna Hawk from Bloomberg News. Congratulations, first of all. Who are you most excited to play with on your team, and who are some of your biggest rivals and competitors that you're looking forward to face off in?
Yeah, I'm excited to play with everyone, to be honest, on that team. Like I said, I grew up watching them, and I think being able to play with them now and getting that opportunity is something that, like I said, was a dream. They're a really talented group, and I know they're going to push me, day one when I get there. So I'm excited for that. And competing really against everyone. The league is the talents. You guys have seen it, and it's no joke, and it's something that I'm looking forward to and excited for. And like we said, there'll be an adjustment, but I'm super excited.
JC, right section, second row, all the way to the right.
Hi, Alexa Philpott, ESPN. Congratulations. What have your conversations been like with Dallas so far? I know Coach LT is huge on defense. I'm sure that she probably told you that in your conversations, what you bring, but what have you kind of gotten out of those discussions so far?
Yeah, we've had really good discussions. Coach is awesome, and just being able to talk about, their system and how they like to do things there was awesome for me to learn. And I'm sure I'll be having more conversations soon, but like I said, they've been really good, and I'm looking forward to talking to them more.
Last row, center, white sport. JC, in the last row. Good.
Obviously, you've had a lot of great moments at Ohio State. What do you hope is the legacy that you left behind being there for 5 years?
Yeah, I was there for a minute, and I got to experience Buckeye Nation and just staying in Ohio, which was amazing. I think just the way we represented that university and the way they're going to continue to. It's an honor to put on that jersey every day. It's an honor to play in front of, Buckeye Nation every night. So I just hope that, we left a legacy of, hard work, going out there every night and giving it our all. And as far as representing the university and our fans, I hope we made them proud.
JC, thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody, we're going to be joined momentarily by Aaliyah Edwards, so stay where you are. And if you would, name an affiliation when you ask the question. Aaliyah, welcome. We're going to begin. Your first question will come from the left section, third row, all the way to your left.
Hey, what's up, Aaliyah? Kareem
Hi.
Copeland, Washington Post. Just two-parter real quick. What was the moment like? And secondary, I don't know how much you know about Shakira Austin, but how do you kind of envisioning fitting in and playing besides her?
For the first question, the moment, man, it was the moment for me. Right before the commissioner said my name, I just looked down and thought to myself and said a little prayer, like, it's your time, it's God's timing. And she said my name, and that's when the waterworks started happening. So just super grateful for this moment and this opportunity. With your second question with Shakira, great player, followed her from D1 all the way to the W. And I think I'm just happy to really get the opportunity to play alongside her. Such a great player. I think that she's going to elevate me. I can elevate her too, but whatever impact I can take for this team and to this organization.
Aaliyah, next question, all the way to the right in the first row.
Hi, Leah. Howard Mandel, the next. Congrats and good to see you.
Thank you.
You've talked about the evolution of your mid-range game, and you've talked about it in terms of thinking the way you would play at the next level. In your conversation with Mike and across the league, how much did that come up, and how rewarding was it to see that skill be something that teams were interested in?
Very rewarding. And I think one of the things going into this league that I want to do is just expand my game. Might be asked to play a different role, but I'm open to it. I see myself as a versatile player and impacting in any position that I'm asked to play in. So yeah, it's going to be a tough league, tough first year, but I'm pumped and I'm ready for the challenge.
Aaliyah, center section, last row to your right.
Maggie Bononi, Hersey Team Media. Aaliyah, can you just take us through these past 10 days of coming back from Cleveland? I saw you got to go home for a little bit, and now that you're here.
Oh my gosh, it's been a lot. Long days, a lot of long days. But once I hit the weekend, once I was with my fellow draftees, that's when I started really sinking in the moment and just being appreciative for being a part of this. And you mean the W is the W, and it's a great league, and I'm just super excited to be a part of it. But the process is no joke for sure.
Aaliyah, to your center section, second row to your left.
Hi, Jennifer Porty from Let's Talk Women in Basketball.
how does it feel to finally have your WNBA dream come to fruition? And also, what advice would you give young girls who also look forward to playing in the WNBA one day?
Oh my gosh, just to have a dream like this and to actually walk through it. I said this out there. It's just amazing. A lot of people have dreams, but a lot of people aren't able to achieve it. So for me to be fortunate enough to say that and to keep going and to keep pushing my dreams, it's just amazing. I would say my message for the younger girls is just be confident, be who you are, but know your worth. I mean, coming from Canada, wasn't given as many opportunities as say my fellow draftees, but I made the best out of it and I earned everything that I was given. So stay humble, but let them know.
All right, next question, center, second row.
Emily Adams, Hartford Current. Elio, just what has it been like to go through this experience of the last few days with Nika and also to have, Paige and AZ and all them here tonight as well?
Oh my gosh, it's great. The bleed blue bleeds all the way into the league, and I'm just very fortunate to be given the opportunity to go to UConn and spend my 4 years there, but especially spend my 4 years there with Nika. We had a hug when my name was called, and it's just a lot because the people and the relationships you build over this beautiful game that we play, it's amazing. And to share this moment with her, and Coach and CD and Jay and Mo and Paige and AZ were in the audience too. It's a family, and I'm hoping to make a new family in DC.
Aaliyah, third row center.
Hi, Aaliyah.
Hi.
Marley Bandolo with NBA Australia. First of all, congratulations. The game of basketball is growing internationally at such a rapid rate, and girls like yourself are laying the foundation for that growth. How does it feel to be inspiring the next generation within Asia?
It feels great. I feel like the platform that I was given, even though at first I wasn't really sure that I was able to step into it, but I've had to step into it. I've had to kind of live in my truth, because I know that a lot of young girls are looking up to me, and a lot of people who inspire to be like me are watching. So you're not only playing for yourself, you're playing for those following behind you, and you're also playing for those who laid the groundwork in front of you. Coming into the W, I respect that. I appreciate, I'm not going to say elders because I don't want them getting on me, but appreciate our vets. I'm going to soak up all the experience, but also knowing that I have a huge impact across the border in Canada and across the border in Asia too.
Aaliyah, thank you. To our media, stay with us. We're going to be joined in a moment by Angel Reese.
Thank you.
Aaliyah, thank you.
You're going to come this way. I'm going to go out. Okay. Yeah. Do you need a hand? Yes.
Please let me know who has questions.
Couple people.
All right, we will begin with a free-for-all. Where's, we lost Sierra. Where's Sierra? All right, first questions are going to go to the Chicago Sun-Times. That's a home game. Lost. All right, first row, all the way to the Sierra, first row to your left. Thank you. Angel, welcome. The first question is going to come all the way to your left in the first row, and then we'll do the entire second row.
Hi, Angel. Annie Costable from the Chicago Sun-Times. First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Second, what have your conversations been like leading up to this moment with the Sky, with Teresa, if at all? And I'm curious if you were paying attention to some of these mock drafts that had you going to the Sky.
My conversations were great with Teaspoon. As you know, she was coached by Coach Mulkey, so I kind of thought like maybe I'll go there, and knowing like the conversations were so good, and she felt like a mother to me. Being able to be a Black woman and as a head coach and everything she's done at the NBA level, I just knew everything they were bringing to the table. Jeff, the GM, was amazing too, and player development is something what I was looking for, and they looked for in me. So I'm super excited for this move, and I'm just looking forward to getting to Chicago.
And second question for me, you've talked in detail about, how much intensity, effort, competitiveness you bring to the floor. Specifically, we got to see you and Kamilla battle for years against each other. Now you're going to be on the same team. What are you looking forward to about, combining both of your talents and playing together instead of against?
My first time playing Kamilla was on one of the biggest stages of my life when she played for Hamilton Heights and I played for St. Francis in high school and we battled. And now being able to be teammates is going to be amazing. I actually talked to her earlier and was congratulating her. I know she just came off an amazing run, an amazing college career. So I'm looking forward to playing with her in practice and then in games, just bouncing off of each other. So I'm excited for this. Thank you.
Angel, we're going to go with the center section, second row, and we're going to pass the microphone to your left after your question.
Jennifer Porty from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. What motivational quote do you live by? And also, if you could pick a movie that describes how you're emotionally feeling right now, what movie would it be and why?
Okay, so the quote I live by is every day the sun don't shine, but that's why I love tomorrows. Every day the sun don't shine, but I love tomorrow. Like you're not gonna have every day is not gonna be a great day. And a lot of times in my life, I felt like I was down, but I always look to the next day because I know something else is greater or something greater was gonna happen. So that's the quote I live by. I don't know. I don't know what movie right now. I don't know what movie right now.
Angel staying in the second row center.
Mhm.
Hi, Megan McGovern with
How you
NBC
doing?
Sports. Just a little bit of a personality question. What are you looking forward to most in Chicago?
Ooh, summertime Chi-Town. I mean, I just walked the steps because I said I need to get my summer body right. And to be cute on and off the court. But I don't know. I've always been to Chicago. The shopping is great. And just the lifestyle. I'm excited. I feel like I'm a Chi-Town girl.
Angel also in the second row center.
Hey, Angel, this is Megan Hall with USA Today's For the Win. Wanted to ask you, when you're introduced on game day, what song will be playing for you if you could pick it?
Something Megan Thee Stallion. I love Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion or Beyonce.
Right behind them. Megan, right behind you.
Hi, Angel. Lachlan Ross from NBA Asia. You've obviously seen the impact here in America that this draft class has had on everybody over the last 4 years. I'm wondering if you've had a chance to reflect on the global impact, particularly in places like Asia and in Australia.
I have so many people reach out to me from so many different places. Understanding our impact isn't just within our school, within just the US, but it's worldwide is amazing to see. And going out of the country, when we go out of the country with my team, with LSU, it was like so much fun because they all recognized us and they knew us and it felt like home. So I feel like anywhere we all go, and this draft class is amazing, anywhere we go, like we're known. And this is super cool because women aren't usually recognized around the world like how we are. And it's not even just basketball. It's the impact that we've left on people's lives outside of there. So it's super cool to see.
Angel, in the center section, third row to your left.
Hi. Jenna Hawk from Bloomberg News. You are very talented and you're also part of a really talented draft class. Who are you most excited to play off against again?
Ooh. I think our duo, me and Kamilla versus Cam and Rakia, is going to be cool to see. I think that's going to be fun.
Angel, first row on the left to your left, Angel, first row.
Hi, Shara Taylor, New York Beacon. What message do you have for those high school girls in Baltimore who are looking up to you?
Just be you. A lot of people may just tell you that you can't do certain things and you're going to get more yeses than nos. And I had to realize that just being able to be authentic, and people love me because who I am. I have those tough conversations. I say things that a lot of people are scared to say and take that scary step. I took a scary step of faith going to LSU, not knowing what could happen. And look how my life has completely changed. So being able to just believe in yourself, trusting yourself, and have an amazing team behind me is great.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about that emotion going from the last few months to having your name called a few moments ago?
I mean, I didn't know what I was going to do. I mean, obviously coming back would have been amazing for me, but I wanted more for myself. I wanted to start over. I feel like I had been in a high since the national championship, and I want to hit rock bottom. I want to be a rookie again. I want to be knocked down by vets, and I want to be able to get up and grow and be a sponge. So I'm just super excited to play with the amazing players and against amazing players. And this league is really competitive, and I'm a competitive player, so I want to play against a lot of players, great players.
We have time for two more questions. Center section, third row.
Hi, Angel.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you talk me through all the emotions you were feeling when you heard your name called?
Well, my mom was crying before the show even started, so it started there. And then my brother was like agitating me. I bet you $100 did you cry? I bet you $100 did you cry? I'm like, he kind of got me too. And I had a great conversation, like she was saying, with Chicago. So I kind of knew if it wasn't the Mystics, I knew it was going to be Chicago that was going to be calling me home. Thank you.
Okay, Angela, last question will come all the way to your right, standing in the back.
Finally, hi, Angel. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm Jay with ABC News.
How you doing?
First and foremost, to be in this class, one of the most highly anticipated classes, considered to be the game changers, what does that mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, like I said, on and off the court, we're amazing. We're not just basketball players. We're super impactful to the community, the people around us, the little kids that look up to us, and being able to also be nationwide. Everybody knows us everywhere we go. Our lives are normal, and we might get a little bit of normalcy going into the league now. But I'm just excited to be a trailblazer. I'm excited to be a part of history and just continue to see the future. And I know it's bright.
All right, last question. I'm sorry, good? All set? All right, thank you very much. Angel, everybody stay with us. We're going to be joined by Rikia Jackson.
Thank you, guys. Which way am I?
This way. In a little bit. Welcome, Rikia. We're going to start right away in the center section, all the way in the back. Two questions.
How you doing, Rick here? Congratulations, by the way. I feel like you're the most pro-ready in this draft. So what's the first thing you're looking for in LA, and like, how do you feel about teaming up with Cameron Brink?
Yeah, I feel like I'm looking into them pouring into me, and I'm doing the same on and off the court. I'm so excited to play with Cam. You know, we're both competitive. You know, we're young, we're feisty, but we're still gonna, bring that game offensively and defensively. I know if I get beat off the dribble, Cam's swatting into the second row, so I'm ready for that too.
Staying in the center section, last row.
Hi, Rakia. Lauren from the 9450. Congratulations. Over here.
Oh.
As you transition to the league, what part of your game do you think will transition well? And what part do you think needs a little bit more work to help the transition become more seamless?
Yeah, I feel like I'm excited to bring, my versatility, playing any position, taking advantage of whether it's a small guard on me or a bigger, slower player. I'm excited about that. And then I just want to work on getting in tip-top shape, after the injury. I couldn't, my conditioning was in the game, like trying to get back. So I feel like when I'm in tip-top shape, world-class shape, that's when I'm playing at my best, both ends of the floor. So yeah.
All right, we're going to turn to Zoom for a second. We're going to go with Maria and then Edwin. Maria, you're up.
Maria Cornelius, 247 Sports, Tennessee. Rakia, obviously good to see you this evening. A lot of predictions had you going to Chicago. You end up going to Los Angeles. How excited are you about that? And after playing in the SEC for both Mississippi State and Tennessee, how did that prepare you for the league?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I'm just grateful that LA believed in me. They see something in me, and I see something in them too. I had great talks with them prior to the draft. So, I'm just grateful for it all. Playing at Tennessee and Mississippi State, it's prepared me for this moment because, life is just trials, tribulations, but how you get through those. And I feel like I've overcome a lot of adversity, and I feel like I just continue to stay strong. And that's what got me where I am today.
All right, Edwin, you're up.
Hi, Edwin Garcia, Swish Appeal. Jackson, what was the process like going through the draft process with LA, and what did you see that excites you about this upcoming season and your first rookie year here in Los Angeles?
Yeah, it's crazy to say, but I didn't even think about like how the draft process goes. I thought like you just show up to draft day and you just kind of get drafted. I didn't know like if they could even speak to you prior to the draft. Really crazy of me, but so when I was getting these calls, scheduling these meetings, I was just like whoa, they're asking you questions, sometimes personal questions, and you just got to sit there and answer them. It's a job interview. So I feel like just that in itself was pretty cool to experience. And the whole draft process has been amazing though. Honestly, it felt like, recruiting out of high school. That's what it felt like to me. And that was the most crazy part though.
We're staying on Zoom. We're going to go with Nathan and then Gabriella. Nathan.
Nathan Addison, the PR announcement. Rakia, what would you say is the most difficult challenge that you're ready to embrace in the WNBA? And is it safe to say, with just everything that has transpired just in women's sports all around, that this might be the golden era for women's basketball?
Yeah, I'll answer your second question first. Definitely. This is generational. This is a generational class. I feel like this class is just so different. Now, I know this class is different. I feel like the viewership is peaking. Women's basketball is just up in an uproar. Everyone's tuning in. We averaged better than the men this year. Not to say, we're just in competition, but that just says a lot. And I'm just grateful to even be a part of this draft class. I feel like we're just trending in the right direction. What was your first question again?
My first question was, what difficult challenge are you ready to embrace as a WNBA player?
Probably the pace of the game. I feel like college to, high school to college, it was a different pace. So I feel like it's probably going to be that same thing in the league, going up the world's best players. I feel like that's going to be pretty tough, but I'm excited for the challenge.
All right, we're going to have two more from Zoom and then return to the room here for one more question. Gabriella, you're up and you're going to be followed by Chris.
Hi, Rakia. Gabrielle Lewis, the next. You join a rich tapestry of Lady Vols players in the WNBA. You're one of 10 top 10 draftees out of Tennessee. What's it mean to join this legacy? And then did you talk to any Vols alums while you were getting drafted, maybe Jordan or anyone?
Yeah, to be in this conversation of those greats is so crazy and mind-blowing to me. I'm just grateful to, have Candace come to our games sometimes, have Tamika Catchings, have Jordan Horston, in my ear, and just they continue to support me. Jordan texts me, how much she was proud of me, text me a little bit about the process. Tamika and I speak every now and then, and she's just always pouring into me, I just call her my big sister. And just to have that contact with like a Tamika Catching is just like, whoa, like she doesn't even know it. But when she came to our practice and she was just acting like, she just knew me, I was just like, you don't even know, but I'm over here like, girl, you're Tamika Catching. So that was pretty cool to experience. So.
All right, staying with Zoom, Chris.
Thank you so much for your time. What advice would you give to another young girl that looks like you, that wants to follow in your footsteps?
I would give her advice of just be true to who you are. Problems are going to come, challenges are going to come, but the way that you handle it is what builds character. I feel like there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and just continue to just push. And, if she plays basketball, I would say repetition is everything. Get the fundamentals down, just work on the little things before, this generation is a little more flashy, but, the fundamentals are everything. So, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, last two, all the way to your right, second row.
Hi, Rakia. Alexa Philpott, ESPN. Congratulations. The Sparks are such a tradition-rich franchise in the league, winning championships with legendary players. I mean, did you watch them growing up? Do you have like a perception of all that? And what excites you about hopefully being able to be part of that new era of Sparks basketball?
Yeah, growing up, I didn't like basketball at all. I just wanted to do girly stuff. I just wanted to be a ballerina and cheerlead. So I didn't watch basketball growing up, but once I picked up a ball and I started to see like how serious that this can go, I really started tuning in a lot. I watch every WNBA basketball game. Even if I can't, I record it and then I go back and watch it. I don't look at the score because I like to feel like it's still live. I like that excitement, but just LA as a whole, like I know they weren't where they wanted to be, championships. Everyone wants a championship. So I feel like I'm just excited to be a part of this journey. I feel like we're going to be really good. Just looking at the roster itself, I'm just excited. I watched them play, so I'm kind of familiar of like how they like to play, their style of play. So I feel like it's pretty cool, and I feel like I'm going to fit in pretty well.
All right, Rakia, our final question will come from the center section, middle of the second row.
Laura Hall with Knoxville News Sentinel. Before the draft, Reagan called their lottery picks foundational. Just to hear a GM, say you're going to be a foundational piece of this franchise, what does that mean to you? And also Zaya Cook is very excited to reunite with you. How excited are you to play with Zaya again?
Yes, I'm so excited to play with Zaya. It's so full circle. We grew up knowing each other. We played AAU together. We live like an hour away from each other, but like that's my best friend. So yeah, we're still like really close. But I feel like basketball is just always bringing us back together in the craziest ways. We took our 4 visits together coming out of high school. So I'm so excited to play with my girl. I feel like this is just going to reconnect us on that deep level again. What was your first question?
The lottery picks to them are foundational. Just what does it mean to you to be considered a foundational piece of the Sparks moving forward?
Yeah, I'm honored, honestly, that he said something like, she said something like that about Cam and I. And I truly believe that as well. I feel like what Cam and I bring is just foundational, like you said. I feel like we're willing to put in the work, we're willing to do whatever as rookies. So I feel like that's pretty good. And I'm just excited to get started.
Rakia, thank you.
Thank you.
To our media, stay with us because we're going to be joined by Nadia Pach in a moment. We're good. All right. All right, everybody. We are back at it. We're going to begin with Nadia Pach. We're going to start with our first question. Center section, Nadia, from Australia in the 3rd row.
Nadia, Marley Biandolo with NBA Australia. Firstly, congratulations. I've got 2 questions for you. Can you touch on the emotions of this moment for not only yourself, your mum was obviously there crying as well, your whole family back home. And 2, what does such a monumental moment like this mean to you, knowing that you're representing not only Australia, but South Sudan and everywhere and everything that you've been a part of to be sitting in the seat that you're sitting in right now?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously traveling from the other side of the world, or from Australia, it's a lot. Like, I'm still jet lagged and everything. I still got emotions running through, like barely sleep. But it's great. Like, it's great to just look back and knowing that my country, people back home, my family, my friends, they're all proud of me and they're all supporting me, watching me, especially my mum. She's done so much for me, my family and stuff, making sacrifices for us. And growing up, I didn't come from a big basketball, sporty world, and, just played it because I loved it and my siblings played it. And then to getting where I am now it's incredible.
I'm sorry, Nadia, 2nd row to your right.
Nadia, hi. Jackie Powell here from The Next. I'm curious if you can share with us what you remember about the WNBA growing up and how you think its perception in popular culture around the world has changed.
Obviously being in Australia, it's a bit difficult to watch the games and get to it and stuff, but I think as the years progressed and we started getting to know the game a bit more, and obviously it's like a little sisterhood. We got a WNBL on our side and it's got the WNBA, so you get to know about it, and we've got Australians and greats that play in the WNBA as well, so then you get to study that as well. You got Lauren Jacksons that play, Penny Taylor and stuff. So, growing up, they're your idols. So then you watch what they do, what they've done in the WNBL, and then what they've done in the WNBA. And then it's like, yeah, well, I want to do that. I want to do that as well. I've done what I wanted to do in the WNBL. So it's like, what's the next step I want to do?
Nadia, staying all the way to the right, 1st row.
Howard Magdal at The Next. Congratulations. Obviously, your defense is what put you on the radar of a lot of teams. Take me through just what that evolution is of your defense, why it's been so good so quickly, and whether that came up first and foremost in your conversations with Atlanta.
Yeah, well, growing up in juniors, I'd always, be the scorer, attacking to the rim, being an offensive player and stuff. But as I headed into the pro league, being young, there's already people doing all that, and you have to make sacrifices. You need to learn the game a bit more, learn your other strengths. And for me, it was defense, like my length, being able to guard different positions, different players, being able to switch on to different people and just using my length and like my ability, my quickness to kind of get around people. But for me, I think when I play defense and I play great defense, it brings my offense naturally.
So it's like, you know, it just comes to me and I don't have to force anything. So that's probably why I do that.
Nadia, we're going to turn to Zoom for a handful of questions. We're going to go with Christos, Courtney, and Nathan. Christos, go ahead.
Hello, congratulations, first of all. And I would like to ask you how you vision yourself into the WNBA, and if you see Ezzy McGregor playing for the Storm, if she's a role model for you, or how excited you are facing her into the WNBA.
I'm very excited. Like, you know, obviously playing in a different league and then coming into another one is great, you know. The lifestyle, the people you play against, what we learn. The game here is obviously a bit different. So, you know, getting to learn that, playing against people, taking things from them, what, you know, what I can add into my game. And like,
We're going to turn to Courtney and then Nathan. Courtney, go ahead.
Congratulations once again. Who are you looking forward to playing against once you get into the league?
all of them, all the WNBA players. Like, it's so different back home again, like in the WNBL. And, you know, we do have imports that come and play. Like, we had Tiffany Mitchell, Jordan Canada, and, you know, being able to play against them and with them is huge. Like, no matter who it is, they're guards or, you know, bigs, just playing against all of them and just, you know, seeing the differences in how they all play and just, yeah.
All right, staying on Zoom, we're going to go to Nathan. Nathan, go ahead.
Hey, Nadia, congrats once again. What are your first impressions of Atlanta? And talk about what are you most looking forward to playing with the Dream this year?
I think it's amazing. Like, I haven't been there before, but stories, everything I've heard about it, you know, we've got fellow Aussies over there as well. You know, we've got Paul Goris that's also there as well. And, you know, he's been good to me as well. He's talked to me through then and there. He's been texting me and stuff. And Chrissy Wallace as well. She's huge. She's amazing as well, like on the court and off the court as well. But I think just getting to know everyone, you know, getting the experience, the new lifestyle, and just like, you know, as well as the coaches and the staff and everything.
Thank you.
Nadia, all the way to your right, standing in the back.
Hey, no, it's Lachlan Ross, NBA Australia. Wondering what it will be like for you. You played against Shanice Swain and against Jade Melbourne growing up.
Mhm.
Now you're going to be playing against them on the other side of the world.
Mhm.
Can you talk about that and what that means to you?
I think it's cool. I think it's amazing seeing, you know, fellow Australians in the WNBA and, you know, they're achieving what you're achieving as well. And it's a privilege, honestly. Like, it's such a great thing. And it's like, I feel like it's just good that people can look at it and be like, wow, these Australians can play. Because I feel like that's one thing that we don't really get sometimes. And, you know, we've had people like Lauren Jackson providing that for us and stuff. And, you know, I hope one day we can leave that kind of legacy to younger kids and everyone as well. And, you know, in this generation as well.
Nadia, we have time for one more, and it's going to come from the center section, last row to your left.
How you doing, Daniel Artest from the 9450? Congratulations on your success. You're joining one of the most versatile rosters in this league. What's your day one expectations when you join training camp?
Not really having any expectations, just going in there with an open mind, you know, making sacrifices. It's going to be hard. Like, you know, I'm young, they're great professional players, talented athletes. Like, it's going to be hard. And I'm coming from a different country, different environment, a new lifestyle. So it's like just taking it day by day, you know, learning experience, talking to the vets, talking to everyone around there and just building that onto my game.
Nadia, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, Nadia, thank you, Mule, and we're going to start with Connecticut representation. You're very close to Nika Mule, I promise. And as I promised, Nika, welcome. We're going to start in the center section to your right, last row. Nika.
Hey, Kamilla, congratulations, Maggie of First Connecticut Media. Just what was going through your head when you heard your name called to have Gino next to you and your sister?
I mean, if you saw my face, I don't think anything was going through my head at the moment. I was so positively overwhelmed, and just having all of them around me, all my people in the stands, at the table, knowing that my family, my friends from back home are watching. It's surreal. It's why I'm here. Without them, I would never be here sitting and answering your questions. So I owe it everything to them. And I'm just truly blessed and so grateful for Seattle to give me this opportunity.
Nika, to your right, first row.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
My name is Brad Parker from The Score. Real quick, you wore number 10 at UConn. Same number as obviously legend Sue Bird.
Yeah.
She wore the same one at UConn. And now you're drafted to the same WNBA team that Sue Bird won 4 titles with. So 2 questions real quick. A, how cool is that following in her footsteps? And B, what jersey number are you going to rock since number 10's retired now?
Oh my God, thank you for your question. I mean, I love Sue. I love her so much. I remember watching her when I was a kid, trying to mimic her moves. And I mean, being at UConn after her has been a huge deal for me. Very, very humbling experience. I mean, she's one of the greatest. And to be able to have this opportunity again, I mean, it's a full circle moment for me. And I can't believe it. It's got to be some higher power, something else going on, because I have no words for this. It's full circle moment for me, and I'm just so blessed. So yeah, thank you. Oh, I honestly have no idea. That's honestly the least thing on my mind. That's not what I'm thinking at all. But when I found out, I found you, and I'll tell you first. So
Nika, staying in the center section, last row to your left.
How you doing? Congratulations. My name is Daniel Artest from the 9450. You're going to a team that's similar to your play style at UConn, very dynamic playmakers. Tell us about how you will fit in as the point guard on this Seattle team.
absolutely, I feel like going back to when I had to make my college decision, UConn was a challenge, especially coming with my class, Paige Becker's #1 player in the country. That was a huge challenge, but I took it. And I feel like it paid off. And that's one decision that I'm so happy and proud that I made in my life, because all of that led to this. But to get back to your question, I feel like first and foremost, obviously their roster, I mean, just looking at it, those are some iconic women. Those are some iconic basketball players, people that I want to learn from, that I want to listen to, that I want to get challenged by, that I want to get yelled at, everything, all of the above. And I'm ready for it. And I feel like, it's kind of like a similar thing for me going to UConn and going to this place. Obviously, this is the next level. But I feel the same. I feel that eager to learn. I feel the eager to be challenged, and the eager to fail and rise up. And I feel like that coaching staff and that team will do it for me. And the one thing that I want to bring is, being a good teammate. I want to create amazing relationships over there. I feel like that's what makes and helps teams win. And I want to be a part of that winning program, because it truly is a historic winning program. So yeah.
Nika, center section, second row to your right.
Yep. Hi, Nika. Daniel Connolly of the UConn blog. By the end of your UConn career, you were talking about how unbelievable a lot of the things you were accomplishing were. But at what point did you think getting to the WNBA would be a realistic possibility for you?
Thank you. Well, first and foremost, I feel like this was something that I didn't even dare to dream about, if I can say it that way. I always felt like it was such a reach. It was something far more beyond me and bigger than me. But luckily, I had people around me, my teammates, my friends, my family, my coaches, everybody that made me believe in it too. And I always trust my work ethic. I feel like that's my best asset. How hard I work, how I don't give up, how I learn from my mistakes. And obviously, I'm gonna fail, and that's fine. But it's how you react to it.
And I'm ready for all the challenges. I'm ready for whatever is thrown my way. But I know I'm going to respond in a positive way, and how a true competitor does. So.
All right, we're going to stay here in the room. We're going to go first row all the way to your right.
Hi.
Hi, Nika. Howard Magdal at the Next. Congratulations.
Thank
I know when we talked back in the fall, you talked about needing to improve your three-point shot, and you end up shooting 40% on the season. Can you just kind of take me through what that work was, what you were doing with, again, that UConn coaching staff, and how much you feel like that helped you be sitting here at this table today?
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. I feel like, as you grow, you learn, and you mature. And when I came in as a freshman, I didn't understand that you don't have to be in the gym all day. It's, how hard you work for those 45 minutes, those 20 minutes, and how consistent you are with it. And I feel like, my coaching staff, especially Morgan Valley, my coach, she kind of helped me guide me through that. And I mean, my senior year, I spent 25 minutes before every single practice, even on the days that I didn't feel like it, even on the days that I was tired, and shot threes and shot mid-ranges. And that 40% that you mentioned is purely the testament to my hard work and dedication, and her being in that gym with me every time. And I'm so grateful to her, but I'm also very proud of myself and how I, just remain consistent and prove to myself that consistency is the key, because, hard work, I already have it. Consistency, was the key for me. So.
Nika, three more here in the room, then one on Zoom. We're going to go all the way to the right, second row.
Hi, Nika. Alexa Philippi over here to your right.
Oh,
Hi.
hello, sorry.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kind of going back to the question about Sue, can you just describe a little bit what your relationship has been like with her over the years? I'm sure it'll take on a little bit of a different form now that you're joining Seattle. And then a second follow-up. Seattle is a newer team, like has new players like Skylar Diggins and Nneka Ogwumike joining. So did you watch those players at all, just on their other old teams throughout the league, and what excites you about being able to join forces with them?
Yes, thank you. I feel like, us UConn players, we're a family. It doesn't matter if you played 30, 20, 10 years ago, or even before that, or you're playing right now, or you are going to play in the future. Everybody's connected, and that's what the coaching staff does a great job of, creating that family atmosphere, that strong bond and connection that lasts forever. And that's how it is with Sue. And, she's been over to UConn so many times, whether that's like fun stuff or, coming to watch our games, or, trying to help us and guide us and give us advice, because we all truly look up to her a lot. And I mean, I'll say it again, it's a full circle moment for me. I mean, all the things that kind of led up to this, it's crazy. I can't believe it. But yeah, I mean, I'm just super grateful, and I can't wait to see her, and I'm sure she's going to be of a great help, and, my mentor and somebody that's going to guide me, and I want that. But to get back to your other question, absolutely, Nneka, Skylar, I mean, those women are incredible on and off the court, and I can't wait to learn from them. And of course, I watch them. I mean, Skylar, I watched her so much. Nneka, I mean, she hugged me. I almost passed out over there. I mean, it was just, and obviously the rest of the team. I mean, when you look at the names, what they've done, and I always go back to not just on the court, but off the court with the influence that they have. I can't wait to be a part of that. I can't wait to learn. I can't wait to, just listen and sit back and try to get everything I can from such influential, iconic women. And I'm super, super excited. I can't wait to meet all of them. So.
All right, next question. Nika, staying here to your right, second row center.
Right next to Alexa.
Yeah.
Hi, Nika. Jackie Powell from the Next. Congratulations. Can you share with us what you remember about the WNBA growing up, and how do you think its perception in the popular culture has changed since then?
Yeah, I mean, that's a funny question, because growing up, I didn't really have the opportunity to watch WNBA games. I mean, even now in Croatia, people have to, find their ways to, watch those games. And I feel like what I remember I would sit in my living room on YouTube and find games or highlights or anything that I can. I remember watching Brittany Griner in my living room. It's just like those little things that stick with me. But it was really hard to find, places and ways to watch these women. And I feel like seeing now, especially with this draft class that I'm a part of, amazing athletes, amazing people that brought women's basketball to another level. And I always say, all the players before us that paved the way for us, they deserve their flowers and they deserve to be recognized. And I feel like we're moving towards that direction. And I never think it's too late. I always think there's time to be better and improve and grow. And I feel like we're on the right track. Are we there yet? No, we can be so much better, but I feel like we are doing much better, and that's what's important. And as long as we keep doing it and keep giving platform and the opportunity to these women to speak up and showcase their talents and how good they are, I feel like we're gonna be amazing.
Last two questions. Nika, to center all the way in the back.
Hi. Emily Adams with the Hartford Courant. Nika, just what has it been like to share the last couple of days with Aaliyah and go through this experience together, and also to have, Paige and AZ and all them in the crowd as well?
Yeah, Aaliyah's been there from the start. That's my sister. Oh my God. That's my family. I met her even before we both committed to UConn. And can you guys believe how full circle, it's so many full circle moments. I can't even fathom it right now, but we met even before at NBA Academy, BWB, and I loved her instantly, and our bond is so strong. We don't need no words, nothing. It's you can feel it, you can feel the energy, and to be able to be here with her and share this has been nothing but incredible, and something that I'll remember for the rest of my life, because it would not be the same if she wasn't here with me. So I'm so proud of her. She's gonna do amazing. She's gonna do great. Everything that she did, she deserves, and she put her head down and she worked, even without all the recognition that she did deserve, but she didn't get at times. She didn't care. She put her head down and she knew that something great will happen, and it did tonight. And I'm so happy for her. But to get back to the other question, Paige, AZ, Aubrey, Caroline, all my teammates, watching at home, I love them so much, and I owe them everything. And I can't wait for, my younger teammates and everybody that's coming back next year to have this moment too, because I know they will. And I'll be proudly watching and, cheering for them too. But I'm just so grateful to be able to call them my sisters and my family and have such great support, even though I'm not home. This is my home away from home. They are my home away from home. So, yeah.
All right, last question, because Alyssa Peely is waiting in the wings. We're going to go to Christos on Zoom. You're up.
Hey, Nika, congratulations, first of all. And I would like to ask you how coaching, playing under coach like Gino, preparing you for WNBA, and how you vision yourself into the biggest stage of women's basketball.
I hope I heard that question right, about how it was playing with Coach Ariema.
Yeah. How
Okay.
preparing you for that moment?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I couldn't get more prepared than being at UConn, surrounded by all the coaches, but especially Coach. He's just a legend. And when UConn called, I couldn't say no. That was the opportunity of a lifetime for me. And every single thing in that culture that he built and in that program aligns with me and who I am as a person and who I strive to be and get better at being. But just the things I went through with him is, so much. And he's my best friend. He's not just my coach. He's my best friend, and he's been there from the start. When I failed, through the worst things, through the best things, he always stuck by my side and never left. So I'll cherish that bond and that relationship that I have with him forever. And I'm so grateful and happy that he was there tonight, along with all my coaches on the table and in the audience. They prepared me. They pushed me. They cussed me out when they had to. They yelled at me when they had to. They praised me when they had to. And they just did everything right. And I'm so grateful, because not just as a basketball player, they have changed me, but they changed who I am as a person. They made me a better person, and they make me want to be even better. So I'm grateful for them.
Nika, thank you. I know you said UConn is your family. I think these people in the room are going to tell you they're your new family.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you guys.
All right, everybody. Alicia Peely is with us right away. Back row and then center. Oh, good. And welcome, Alyssa. We're going to start right away to your right in the front row.
Hi, Alyssa. Good to see you again.
Hello.
Howard Mandel at the next. So to go to Minnesota, to go to a place where there have been unconventional bigs, folks like Jessica Shepard most recently, Fee does a lot inside, outside as well. How much do you feel like that is a system that is particularly well suited for the way you play?
I think it's great because, I could do both and, either spot they need me to play that I could, just sharpen in that area and get really good at it and just excel.
Next question, we're going to go center section all the way in the back to your left.
How you doing, Daniel? I test from the 9450. Congratulations first.
Thank you.
Second, undersized power forwards unite. I really appreciate your game. I love what you bring to the table, everything that you do. Big fan of your game. You're joining the Minnesota Lynx, Cheryl Reese, 4-time championship coach. How's your feelings about, joining a team like that to have, amazing players like Nafisha Collier and everything like that? And also, like, what do you bring personally to the Minnesota Lynx?
Yeah, I'm just super excited to come in and just learn from players like that. And I think that's the fun part about it is that, we think that we've been playing for so long, we know a lot about the game, but there's so much more to learn. And I'm just looking forward to that. And I think that I just bring, versatility and just a physicality to the game of basketball. And so that's what, mostly they'll be saying for me.
Alyssa, we're going to stay in the center section, last row. 1 second, if you would. Guys in the back, if you would keep it down a little bit, please. We're still going on up here. Center section, last row to your left.
Hi there, Lauren from the 9450 over here.
Oh.
Congratulations. I just wanted to know what's one thing you'll miss most about college, and then what's the one thing you're looking forward to the most about entering into the league?
Yeah, I think just, my teammates and how much time we spend together. I think that's something I'll miss, all the memories and things like that. And definitely the community in Salt Lake City. I think it's really grown on me the last 2 years I was there. And I'm going to miss it a lot because, even though I came from another Pac-12 school, they still took me with open arms and just supported me throughout everything. And I'm just looking forward to, just starting this new journey and, hopefully having a great rookie season.
Alyssa, we're going to go center section, second row.
Hey, Alyssa, Megan Hall with USA Today's For the Win. Wanted to ask you, so much is going to be said about what you do on the court, but what do you want people to know about you off the court?
Just that I'm a humble person and somebody who is really for the community and just loves to represent my people. I think I've just, especially this year, just try to tap into representing my culture and just being that inspiration for young kids who look like me and are of my same background. And so I just think that impact is something that I'll carry with me to the WNBA, and I just hope that's what people see. So.
We're going to move to Zoom for a little bit. We're going to go to the Star Trib. Kent, you are up. You got a couple of questions. Go ahead.
Thank you, and welcome to Minnesota. I wanted to ask you if what you know about Minnesota and if your teammates Gianna and Jenna have told you about what it's going to be like to play here, and really if you have any kind of knowledge of the history of this franchise.
Yeah, I have a little bit. Gianna and Jenna have talked about Minnesota a lot and just how it is a very basketball oriented state, and there's been so much rich culture of that there, and so I'm excited to see it and experience it.
Kent, you want to follow up?
No, I'm good, thanks.
All right, thank you. We're going to stay on Zoom. We're going to go to Travis and then Frank. Travis, you're up.
Hey, Alyssa, congratulations. What should Minnesota Lynx fans expect to get from you on a nightly basis? And a follow-up, who are you most forward to looking to playing in the WNBA as well?
Yeah, I think they'll just get somebody who's a competitor and somebody who has a unique style of play, and it's just fun to watch. And I'm very excited to just be able to play at the next stage and kind of just improve in areas that I need to really excel at the next level.
All right, Frank, you're up.
Yeah, thanks, Frank Kurkowski from the Pioneer Press. Welcome to Minnesota. I wonder if you can just talk a little bit about growing up in Alaska and maybe what your expectations of coming to Minnesota and, Minnesota weather is compared to that. And also maybe just as a follow-up, talk about the importance football has had your family with your brother Brandon. And I know you played a little bit yourself, not a little bit, a lot growing up. Maybe talk about that, how that important that was too.
Yeah, growing up in Alaska was great. Like I always say, I love my childhood, and it was just so much fun, camping, fishing, doing a bunch of outdoor stuff, and it's a beautiful state. The only problem I think was just the isolation it had from the rest of the world and how much it lacked exposure and just sports and things like that. But, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I love my state and carry that with a lot of pride. I know going to Minnesota, the cold probably won't bother me since I'm used to that. But I'm excited to be in a new environment and place. The football question, that's just played a big part of my life. I think just kind of building up the physicality I played with. It's helped me a lot with that. And just having an older brother, he plays for the Dolphins now. Just kind of looking back on it, how we were literally on the same team and competing against each other. It's cool to see. And we're both very fortunate to be doing what we love at the highest level. And, it's just a blessing.
I'm sorry, Alyssa, last question, front row center.
I think you may find the weather is actually colder in Minnesota than it is in Anchorage.
Wow.
Have they told you that?
No, I did not hear that. I thought Alaska was as cold as it gets.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Alyssa, thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody stay with us. We're going to have with us Elizabeth Kitley in just a moment. Who's got questions? Where's Andre? Andre. Elizabeth, congratulations, welcome, and thank you. We're going to start right over here to your right, front row. First question.
This is Howard Magdal the next. Congratulations. Can you just kind of take me through how you've been processing these emotions, obviously, to realize this dream, but know that it's deferred, and trying to figure out how to navigate that emotional space?
Yeah, I think my emotions have been so up and down over the last 6 weeks. I had different expectations in February than I did at the end of March, but I think, I've been dealt with what I've been dealt with, and the only way to really move on is to have a positive outlook. And honestly, I'm so excited for the fit. I'm really excited for Vegas. I think that's really promising, and to be able to learn from the people at Vegas for the next year. I mean, what more could you ask for? If I'm not able to play on the court, I know that I'll be able to benefit mentally and emotionally just by observing what they have there. So I'm really excited, and that's my number one emotion right now.
Elizabeth, right in front, center, first row.
Hi, I'm Brian Florenson from the local WNBA Daily. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. In a moment like this, it's a lot of big transition, especially as you're recovering from the injury. Just how has your support system really sort of kept you uplifted and kept your head high throughout this entire process?
Oh my God. Well, they're always there for me, first of all. No matter if I go out and have 25 in a game or if I can't play, I know that they're going to be at the game. They're going to be the first ones hugging me afterwards. And that support has meant the world to me over the last, 15 years that I've been playing basketball or sports at all. And, for them to be able to be here with me on draft night, my family, my sister, my parents are incredible. It means everything to me. And it's, not just a testament to what I've been able to do, but how they've been able to help me get here.
Elizabeth, all the way to your right, second row.
Hi, right here. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Jackie Powell with the next. I'm curious if you can take us through what you remember about the WNBA growing up and how you think its perception in the popular culture has changed since you were young.
Yeah, I didn't start playing basketball super seriously until probably middle of high school. So I wasn't exposed to it super early, but I also think the media didn't push it as much. So, even though I played basketball in high school, it wasn't necessarily something that was super popular in the media. But I'm super excited for it to be taking that trajectory. And I mean, the class that I'm in right now has just done an incredible job of bringing attention to women's sports, women's basketball. And now, taking it into this league, I think is super exciting. I think we're already seeing the impact of that on little girls. I think, they're way more aware of it than I was at that age. And that's super exciting. I think, with expansion coming up and all that stuff, it's headed towards a really good place, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Elizabeth, center section all the way to the left and all the way in the back.
How you doing, Liz? My name is Daniel Artest from the 9450. Congratulations, everything on your success and everything like that. How excited are you to be selected by the Aces? And although, you're not going to be able to play this year, how does it feel to know that you're going to be learning under like Asia Wilson, Coach Becky Hammond, and those amazing players over there?
Yeah, honestly, I'm thrilled. I can't think of a better situation to be in with the situation that my leg is in, because it's just an incredible fit. I think, their resources are amazing, their facilities are awesome. And to be able to look up to the players they have there, to be able to watch Asia Wilson, even though I can't play, I know that I'll be able to learn so much and get better just by watching and being around the culture that's there.
Right, Andre, if we can, yep. Elizabeth, center section, last row.
Jayla Van Horn, the Lantern. So it was said that Virginia Tech is set to retire your jersey. So what does that mean to you, knowing that you had that amount of impact at Virginia Tech?
Gosh, that means everything to me. Those 5 years at Virginia Tech were so, so special. I wouldn't have changed anything about it. The people I had around there, the teammates, the coaches, they were just incredible. They made me who I was. And for me to be able to bring, that attention to Virginia Tech, to take it to a Final Four, win ACC championships is just so fun. And so for them to recognize me, I think is really, really cool, but it's also just making me really proud of the program that we were able to create there.
All right, we're going to turn to Zoom for a second, and we're going to go to Willie. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ron. Hi, Elizabeth. You spoke about the facilities and the players and of course the upper management. Did you have any specific conversation with them as far as, what they might expect from you during your recovery and what your expectations, and so back and forth? What was the conversation like with the Aces?
Yeah, I was just able to talk to Coach Becky Hammond a little bit. Obviously, there's a bit more to be figured out, but she spoke about the medical staff there and just working on getting me out there so we can, see where I am and start taking those steps to get me back on the court again, because obviously that's the ultimate goal. But I'm super excited. I think seriously, it's a great fit for all of those things, and I know that they'll support me, and we'll all have the same goal of getting me healthy and able to contribute. So we'll take it day by day, but with that in mind for next year.
Elizabeth, staying on Zoom, Gabriella.
Gabrielle Lewis, the next. Can you speak a little bit to what you learned from Coach Kenny Brooks, and particularly what about his direction, has prepared you for this pro game now?
Yeah. I mean, he's taught me everything I knew. I didn't come into college expected to be anything really. I really didn't take basketball super, super seriously. I thought I wanted to play softball when I was little in college. But he completely changed my perspective on that. He made me fall in love with the game. To the point where, you couldn't get the two of us out of the gym together. We just loved spending time with each other in there. And I definitely wouldn't be here without him. He completely transformed my game into something that I think is pretty unique and special. And I'm so appreciative for him because of those things. And I love him like he's family.
Elizabeth, thank you. We're all set, and we're gonna be step next with, I'm sorry, we have Charisma Osborne is going to join us next. Elizabeth, thank you.
Thank you.
Charisma, welcome and congratulations. We're going to start right away. Center section, last row to your left with questions. Charisma.
How you doing, Charisma? Daniel Artest from the 9450. Congratulations on getting drafted.
Thank you.
also feeling like that you're probably the steal of the draft. I really love your game. I really appreciate what you bring to the table with your game. And I know that like watching you play, that you have an intense hunger and that you're going to make whoever passed you eat their words, so, really good luck to you. But, I feel like you have a chance to make this roster. And like, what's your motivation going to be like in this process leading up to training camp?
Yeah, first, I'm super excited to be drafted to Phoenix. I know they have some really amazing players there. But yeah, I think I'm super motivated. Obviously, since being a kid, I've always wanted to play in the WNBA, and to have this opportunity means the absolute world to me. And I'm just excited to go out to Phoenix and get started.
Just a moment. Once again, everybody in the back, if you would, please, we still have your colleagues asking questions up here. Charisma, we're going to stay in the center section, last row to your left.
Congratulations, Lauren from the 9450. What's one thing you'll miss most about college? And then what's one thing you're looking forward to as you enter into the W?
I'll definitely miss the people. I love my teammates, my coaches, and the staff around there, and them helping me so much. And I know that in the dub, I'll be a little bit more independent, so I'll probably miss that extra help of people telling me what to do. But I'm excited for what's next, and I know at some point I have to grow up. So.
Charisma, thanks for going. Next question, center section, second row to your right.
Wilton Jackson, the next. Congratulations, Charisma. I wanted to ask you this. You stayed for the 5th year at UCLA. How much was that extra year beneficial for where you are now?
Yeah, I think it really was. I think I learned so much about myself as a player and especially as a leader. We had a really young team this past year, and I felt like I was able to just grow my game and my leadership. And I love playing with my teammates, and they always challenge me to be better. But yeah, I definitely think my leadership. I used to be so shy as a kid, so like to see where I am now, like I'm just so proud of that.
All the way to your, I'm sorry, all the way to your right, Charisma.
Hi, Charisma. Howard Mandel, the next. Good to see you. A couple of things, if I could. First of all, obviously going to Phoenix, playing with Natasha Cloud, and of course Diana Taurasi there. You talked about your leadership. How much do you feel you're going to be able to learn from them right away in year one?
Yeah, I'm so excited to learn from both of them. Obviously, they have a lot of great guards there, and Diana Taurasi is like the GOAT of basketball. So to be able to learn from her is just going to be so fun. And I can't wait for that. And Natasha Cloud, I love her energy. I love when she used to play for the Mystics, and she was so fun to watch. So it's kind of unreal to be able to say that, like, I'm going to be teammates with Diana Taurasi and Natasha Cloud.
And just if I could also, of course, going third round is, I'm sure, not what you envisioned. I know how competitive you are. How much do you use that, and how do you use that? Do you think about it daily? Do you put it to the side of your mind? How do you plan to use it?
Yeah, I think going in the third round, like, that's just a number, and I think I'm just going to go out there and do my best and show what I can. And I'm really confident in my skills and my abilities, and obviously I've earned this moment to be here. So I think, like I said, that's just a number, and I'll go out there and try my hardest to make the team.
Charisma, all the way to the left, second row.
Hey, Charisma, Doug Feinberg, the AP. A two-part question. I heard from a birdie that you're a huge ice cream fan. So what flavor you get to celebrate getting drafted tonight?
All the flavors tonight. All the flavors.
And the other question, sort of piggybacking on Howard, is what were your emotions sitting there? I mean, you probably knew you were getting drafted at some point, but you're sitting there, you're hearing names come off the board. What are you feeling in that time as you hear names come off until yours actually comes up?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was just nervous the entire night, so the feelings didn't really change. I was pretty much nervous, but I know when I heard my name, I was just so excited, and I can't wait to get to work in Phoenix.
Charisma, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ice cream is on the Associated Press. That will be.
Let's go. Thank you, guys.
All flavors will be on the Associated Press. Marquisha, welcome and congratulations. We're over here. We're going to start over here. We're going to start to your right in the second row.
Hello, hi. My name is Jackie. I'm from the Next. Congratulations on being drafted to the New York Liberty, the home of this draft, home team of this draft. I'm curious if you can tell us what excites you about being drafted to the Liberty, and what was something that stood out to you in the conversations you had with them?
I would say what excites me the most is coming into this Liberty team and learning from the vets that's there and just going in and continuing to grow. And I would say something that stood out to me is them looking basically for a two-way player and me being just that. And so knowing that I can come in and be a two-way player and make an impact that way is something that I look forward to.
We're going to stay on the right side of the room, first row, all the way to your right, Marquisha.
Hi, Howard Magdal at the Next. Congratulations. I'm curious what it means to you to come to a team that has such high expectations coming off a finals approach and, looking to take that next step. How do you approach being on a team like that?
I would say I would approach being on a team like that, just coming in each and every day, just getting in the gym and putting in that work to be able to do what those expectations are and, just coming in and, being ready.
Front row center, Marquisha.
Hi, I'm Brian Florenson from the local WNets Daily. You're joining a Liberty team that has a lot of veteran experience and sort of like high expectations. How do you think just being surrounded by so many good vets will help make the transition a little bit easier so you don't feel as if you have to put too much on your shoulders to begin your career?
You said how it would make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, like
Okay.
to not sort of put too much pressure on yourself, if that makes sense.
I would say that makes it a little bit easier. You know, just coming in and having a certain role and knowing what's expected of you and knowing that you don't have to be the superhero or anything like that. So I would say that that would definitely make it a lot better or, well, yeah, coming in, learning from those bits.
Marquisha, staying in the center section, second row to your left.
Good evening. Welcome to New York. Jeff Magliacetti with SI.com All Knicks. So when you look at the Liberty roster, you say you pride yourself on being a two-way player, but Nigel Hamilton is someone who could really fit with that skill set. Kind of a two-part question. How excited are you to work with Benijah, someone who has risen from the ranks of a second-round player and has gone on to make herself an all-star? And what part of your unique skill set can be the missing piece in a championship puzzle potentially?
Wait, can you repeat the question? Sorry, it was. I would say I'm very excited to work with her and, just learn from her and take whatever I could take from her and take it to my game. And I would say that you said, okay, what about the skill part? Sorry. I would say just being able to score in different ways. That's a way that I can come in and help the Liberty. So yeah. All right.
Marquisha, thank you.
Thank
That was it. Marquisha, thank you. We have some of our next players coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, wait, okay. Jays, you're welcome. Thank you. We're going to start. First question, center section, third row to your left.
Hey, Deasia, Carl Jones, WROC from Rochester. How much of how much of an impact did Rochester play on your journey to where you are today?
It played a big role, knowing that we have a few athletes that have already came out of there, and to be one of them means a lot.
Next question, center section, second row. Megan, go ahead.
Hey, this is Megan Hall with USA Today's For the Win. Wanted to ask you about your story. There's so much that we haven't heard, even with being third all time in the women's scoring. What do you want to say to people like now that you're in the WNBA?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think I want to say that no matter what anyone says or anyone may think, and specifically regarding my height, I'm here and watch me work.
Deja, we're going to stay in the center section, second row, all the way to your right. Second row, Deja, over this side to your right, center section.
Yeah, Deja, overall, worldwidewest.com. What does it mean to you, obviously, now that you are where you are and you're going directly to this ace team? What comes to mind first, especially where you can contribute, especially from scoring?
Sorry, my name is Deja, but to know that I'm going to such a special team with quite a few veterans means a lot. It's something like a perfect situation. I'm coming in to learn, and there's a lot to learn from. And there are, like I said, a few vets on this squad. So to be able to walk into this situation is kind of perfect for me.
Deja, staying in the second row.
Wilson Jackson, the next. Congratulations, Deja. What would you tell young players looking to come into the WNBA? What would you tell them about your journey, and especially if they're going through a situation of where you persevered and you still ended up getting drafted at this point in the draft?
The first thing I would say to them is don't allow anyone to dim your light, no matter your size. I've dealt with that all the way up until tonight. And other than that, I would say that no matter what happens, if you want to achieve something, you can do that.
All the way to your right in the first row, Deja.
Deja Howard Magdal at the next. Congratulations. Obviously, to go to a place where you can learn from Chelsea Gray, take me through how you want to further evolve your game. And certainly you've been among the elite scorers of all time, but your playmaking has always been a critical part of what you've brought to the table. How much do you feel like it brought you here today?
I want to learn from the vets as much as possible. I want to add a little bit of everything to my game. I want it to expand. I also want my IQ for the game to expand as well. Yes, I can score the ball, but what else are you able to do? And I think that with those guards over there, they're going to do a wonderful job of helping me.
Deja, we're going to switch over to Zoom for a second. We're going to go to Ashley.
Ashley Winskowski with CNY Central up in Syracuse. Deja, we've talked a lot about in Syracuse, how close you were with Coach Jack. How excited are you to now play for a new coach and Coach Hammond and one of the best in the league?
I'm very excited. I think that it's a full circle moment for me. I was nominated for that Becky Hammond Point Guard Award, I believe, 3 seasons in a row when I was at Buffalo. And for me to had not received it and to be drafted by her when the time was right, it's been a full circle moment. So I'm ready, and I'm ready to go.
Deja, thank you.
Thank you.
Celeste, welcome. Congratulations. We're going to begin right away over here to your right with questions.
Hi, Celeste. Howard Magdal at the next. Congratulations. Obviously, defense is such a critical part of the game that you've played, both in college and obviously as a carrying tool here. Can you take me through your defensive evolution and sort of where that came from?
Yeah, I mean, I started off just being an athletic girl, wanting to play hard, run around, had a high motor. And so that kind of took me, pretty far. And I realized that that was something that was going to get me on the court, doing those little things, taking charges. And then once I got to high school, my coach told me, if you can guard multiple positions, you're going to play. And so I think I carried that with me a lot of time. And then as I got into college, I started to watch film. I started to watch my opponents and learn different defensive schemes and all that stuff. And so, I mean, it's been a journey, but, it's been a great journey.
Celeste, staying on the right, second row.
Hi, Celeste. Jackie Powell with the Next. Congratulations. I'm curious if you can take us through what you remember about the WNBA growing up, and how do you think its perception in the popular culture has changed since then?
Yeah, I actually am from New York, and so I used to go to Liberty games growing up. I was a ball girl a couple times, so I've been around the W for a little bit. And so being able to purchase tickets to sit front row, seeing that they were giving out free tickets at one point, for girls to come in and just have a crowd. To now playing in, against Iowa and, selling out our crowd at home. I mean, just to see that evolution in that aspect. And then now, I haven't been to that many, but I think I went to one of the playoff games with the Liberty last year. So, I mean, just to see that in itself, I mean, being a young girl, thinking that the stadium was so huge, to coming in there and like, oh, you played in stadiums like this, but now it's filled up, it's filled to the top. I think it's just great. It's great to show people that once you invest in women, that they can give back in a lot of ways.
Celeste, all the way to your left in the second row.
So when you were at Lutheran, was there any way that you could have envisioned that you would be here on this night? And does it mean to you, to be here? And what does it mean to you to, be Clark's teammate?
Yeah, I mean, I did not envision this, not because I didn't think I was capable, because I didn't know. I think honestly, until I was in maybe about 9th grade, my freshman year of high school, I had to learn the path that it took to get to the W. I was around it, but I didn't know, the path that it took to get there. And once I learned that, these colleges come and you get a free education and you get to experience so many different things, I've had the opportunity to play on USA teams. And so just for me, I mean, just understanding everything that comes with it. And I didn't expect to be here, but I'm here. And I am so excited that, Indiana has taken the opportunity. I mean, I played with Caitlin when I was at USA's for a couple years. So we played together there, but, from going against her this year to being able to play with her, and also Aaliyah Boston as well. I mean, it brings me some comfort, honestly, but very excited and so proud of what they've done and how they've grown as well.
All right, Celeste, we're going to turn to Zoom for a little bit. We're going to start with the Columbus Dispatches. Brianna.
Hi, Celeste. I know you've said multiple times it was a tough decision to decide to come to Ohio State instead of going to the draft. But now that you're here and you took that season and you're in this spot, do you just feel like it's worth it? And a second part to ask question, was it like now that you're going to play with Kelsey Mitchell, who also played at Ohio State?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough decision last year for me, but I told people that I would never trade the decision I made to go to Ohio State. I think it has brought me so much peace in who I have become as a player and the impact that I can make in any program that I choose, or organization that I have the opportunity to be a part of. And so just having that, mindset and going into Ohio State, and coming in and realizing that I can make a little impact. I'm not here to change anything, but I'm just here to sprinkle a little of me in there and try to impact in any way that I can, is really helpful. And then, playing with Caitlin now, is honestly really cool. We've had the opportunity, like I said, to have that sold out crowd at our place, and then going to her place and having that last regular season home game for them. I mean, just having the opportunity to play with her again is going to be amazing. And she's done so much for the women's game. And I know she has so much more to give to everyone. So just a lot of excitement.
Celeste, we're going to stay on Zoom for a little bit. We're going to go with Lois. Lois, you're up. You can be followed by G.
Celeste, I feel like we've been on a journey since high school. So the question I have to ask you is, how do you hope that your extensive experience with USA basketball has perhaps made you even more ready?
Yeah, I mean, obviously adaptability is definitely a big thing. Being able to go to a different country, adapt to the environment, adapt to the culture. And then overseas is definitely a different way to play ball. I mean, they play ball pretty differently there. And so just having that prior experience, I mean, I know there's a lot of people in the W who are from overseas. And so just having that prior experience, I mean, even playing with the caliber of players that I played with, I think all in all, everything together, has helped me become the player I am today. And, I'm very hopeful and very confident that it will help me in the W.
at times, some of the players you played against when you were at an overseas tournament were already professional players. So you've had a bit of taste of pro basketball since the start of college, really. So do you feel that makes you more ready for physicality or different styles of play or even really a pro level of play?
Yeah, I think pro level play would probably be the best one. It's just pretty different. They're used to playing against grown women. They're used to that physicality. So I think altogether, it has helped me in many facets of the game of basketball.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We're going to go to G. G, you're going to be followed by Dan. G, you're up.
Hi, Celeste. Congrats. First of all, last week you talked to us about how excited you were to go to the league, and some players you mentioned you wanted to play against, Kelsey Plum, Clay Copper, Dinah Taurasi. How excited are you to actually be playing against, have the ability to play against them now?
Yeah, I'm really focused on, trying to make the team. Obviously, that's the first step, is going into it and having confidence in myself and, trying to make that. And, if I do and when I do get the opportunity to play against them, I think it's just going to be such a surreal feeling. I'm there to compete. I'm there to try to make a roster spot, and I'm trying to stay in the league. And so I think a lot of it is just, a lot of it's excitement, surreal, because I've seen them play. I was younger watching them play, but definitely very competitive and, just excitement.
And just one more
Dan,
for you.
you're up.
We've seen you play so much this season, and we've covered you all season. What do you want other fans and especially the Fever fans to know? What do you want them to know about your play style, especially like 3-level scoring, et cetera?
Yeah, obviously very, very big defensive minded kid. But at the same time, I'm willing to do whatever it is that a team needs me to do. I'm willing to come in there and impact. I'm really big on community. And so just getting my hand in the community and continuing to be who I am and continuing to make an impact in every stop that I've had.
All right, Dan, now you're up.
Hi, Celeste. Did you get to know Kelsey Mitchell at all during your year at Ohio State? And what's it like just to be joining a team where you're going to be playing with another Buckeye?
Yeah, I didn't have the opportunity to really, really get to know her when I was recruited by Ohio State coming out of high school. She was there. So I got to see her on my visits a couple times. That was probably the biggest interaction, but, very hands-on, very big about, coming to be a Buckeye. And I think it's kind of, interesting that was the school that I was looking at coming out of high school. I ended up finishing my college career there, and now I get to play with a Buckeye. So I think that's also going to give me some comfortability. She's a great player, and so much I can learn from her. So I'm just ready to go in there to work and continue to learn.
Celeste, thank you. I think the Big Ten Network awaits you in the back.